Hello everyone, Spencer here, also known as ScreenSpeak, and in today's video, this is the 28 years later spoiler review. So without further ado, let's discuss. Alright guys, so I'm here today. I just got out of seeing this movie. I had a blast seeing this movie. Deeply apologies if my voice sounds a little weird. So I work with kids where I'm speaking very loud, and then I like to sing in the car, and so I was doing like Doofenshmirtz impressions, and then I got very angry when I got home from work today. So at any rate, my voice is starting to go, but I went to see the movie tonight, and I had a blast. And I'm here making the review, so apologies if my voice sounds a little different. I'm dying. I'm dying like one of the infected, and 28 years later, help me. No, but anyway, I love this movie. So I heard conflicting mixed reviews about this movie, and hang on just a second. I'm going to take a detour from this review and say that I am so excited to go see Jurassic World Rebirth. I actually got my tickets in my shorts pocket right here, but I heard from John Campea specifically that it wasn't the best movie, and I'm like, well, I really want to go see this movie in a packed crowd. But besides the point, I've heard mixed reviews on this movie, but the ratings were good. Like on not IMDb, on Rotten Tomatoes, certified fresh and a high audience score, high critic score, certified fresh, and a high audience score. So I was like, all right, why is it getting mixed reviews? I pleasantly enjoyed my time at the theater. Getting a like stupidly long, like it was a 7 p.m. showing, started at 7:36, 7:40, whatever the crap. I'm like, guys, can we start the damn movie? Apologies for swearing. I'm just like, come on! At any rate, the movie started. Loved it, like I said. But why? So it starts with this, as you've seen the trailer, there's this priest. And it starts out with the Teletubbies. Classic old yippee-ki-yay Teletubbies. Anywho, and then the kids are watching it, and these poor unfortunate souls, these kids, most likely the girls, all the girls except one child, is a boy. I don't have to specify gender. I'm just saying a lot of the girls were kind of some cute kids. So I was like, Don't have them die. Don't have them die. You gotta have them die by the infected. Anyway, they do. And this son survives. The son runs up to his dad, who's a priest. I think either priest or father as in priest. I wasn't quite sure. Because he was calling him dad, not father. So I led that to believe dad. And then the dad gives him this cross that then we see at the end. But I'll get to the end later. So then we're followed by Spike, this kid throughout the whole movie whose dad is Aaron Taylor Johnson. Love him a lot. The mom is Jodie Comer, who was the main girl, who was the love interest in, well, who was playing the game in Free Guy, but who was also the character in Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds, and then who was dating in the real life version of that movie, Joe Keery from Stranger Things. So, yeah, Joe Keery. That movie was great. I love that movie, and I love her. And she must have an accent in real life, because she pulled it off very well, the Scottish accent. And she was in something else where I saw her with an accent. Or no, it was in The Bike Riders. I never saw that movie. I need to watch that. But this cast is nuts. And Ralph Fiennes, who plays Voldemort, who's in The Menu, who's been in Wes Anderson movies, is in this. And he's going to be in the next movie called 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, coming out in January. Do I believe that? I'm split on it. There's a lot of movies where they got dumped in January and they're just like, very crappy, movies. This could be the one. This year we had Companion, which was such a great horror movie that like no people went to go see, like not a people went to go see. But I loved Companion. I didn't watch it in theaters, but I loved it when I watched it. And also Dogman. No. Dogman was going to come out in January. Wolfman came out in January, which was a crap horror film. But I'm hoping that 20 years later, The Bone Temple can be like, guys, this is a January movie, you gotta go see. But anyway, this movie, you see the poster with like the bone, like the skulls on it, and so the main gist, I'm like, this is a spoiler review, but the main gist is, all right, so Jodie Comer, the mom of Alfie, whatever his name is, the kid, Spike. Spike goes to train on his first day, like doesn't go to school. Aaron Taylor Johnson takes him out to the mainland to go hunt the infected. By the way, the infected, I heard it was shot on iPhones. This movie, it's fantastic. The cinematography is fantastic, and and then when everyone thinks he's a hero, comes back, shoots some things, goes back to the mainland, or goes back to his home, everyone's celebrating, and like for like a quick like 30 seconds, this movie turns into a porno because well actually then later we see a pregnant infected, like just boobs hanging out, and by the way, there's this like big infected penis. I couldn't believe it, and it feels like half of this movie's a porno because of that. An pregnant woman gives birth, pregnant infected gives birth, and Aaron Taylor Johnson's character starts making out with a woman. I'm like, well, this is a different kind of movie. I paid to come see. Alrighty, but anyway, and then also Ray Fiennes touches Jodie Comer's boobs. All right, cool. You don't actually see her boobs. Quite unfortunate, but I digress. So a lot of great stuff in there. Not, the sexual parts, but my point being is, and then he goes back to the mainland to be the hero. We see that, comes back to see the doctor, who is Ray Fiennes' character, to help his mom, and she has cancer in the end. And amidst of their journey on the mom, or the son and the mom, Spike and his mom, they meet this guy, military guy named Eric. And it's very funny because the mom has cancer, we don't know it yet. She's going through, like, saying, like, dad, like, calling her son Spike's dad, not knowing who it is. And, so we then meet the doctor, who Aaron Taylor Johnson tells us is insane. He's killing, and in the process, there's this great train sequence with the pregnant infected, and Eric dies. And they take the skull, Ray Fiennes takes the skull. Did you know this man? And he cleans it off, takes the skull, and puts it on the temple, puts it on, like, the pyramid, the little hill, Skull Hill. And then Jodie Comer Ray Fiennes kills Jodie Comer because she knows that she has cancer, and Spike puts her skull on top of it, and then the movie ends by him writing a letter back to Aaron Taylor Johnson's his dad, saying, "Don't wait for me. I'm here. I'm stuck in the mainland," because you have to truck through Causeway, which is either not on tide, or high tide. There's no tide or high tide. It's nuts. And by the way, the infected scenes are nuts, by the way. I just love it so much. I just was eating it up. And there's fat ones and the fast ones. Cillian Murphy, by the way, was in this movie for a split second, and I was that's all we got of him. I thought he was going to be back for a bigger role than I anticipated. It didn't seem like he was, so that's a little bit disappointing from my end, but that didn't discredit the movie's my enjoyment of the movie. Just a anticipation, hopefully we do, and that was it. That was it. That was all his role was, and it was executive producer, so that's cool. Maybe no, it wasn't I'm pretty sure that he was supposed to have that bit role. The one affected he was. I'll have to go and look it up, but I'm pretty sure that was the role he was from the trailer. Everyone speculated, but again, the kid wrote the note. Spike wrote the note, and to his dad saying, "Don't come looking for me." And the baby, they saved the baby from the pregnant infected. And he sent it to his dad in Scotland. I think it was Scotland. They were Scottish on the island where they were. And to save the baby, and he named it after his mother, Elsa. Or Isla. Isla, not Elsa. Isla. And Aaron Taylor Johnson just starts running out of the room, screaming to his son, come back to me. No, I don't want you out there. And in the midst of this, right after that split second, Spike is shooting infected out by him, on the street and the mainland, and then you just see this guy in a priest robe with a cross. Both circling back to the early beginning of the film, the cold open, if you will, that this is Jimmy. This is that son before he has long blonde hair, and there's a whole army or team group with him, and he is you ready? We could help you out if you want. I'm probably doing a terrible impression accent, whatever. And they just swing in martial arts Cobra Kai style. staff, boom, and boom, boom, boom. And people, like, I heard John Campea and other people say this is a completely different tone from the movie. Yes, it feels like it, but I think what they were going for here, and this is my thought, I'm like, just the way the movie ended. I think they're setting up what the tone of the next movie is going to be. And also, 28 years later, or the other films had some wacky things to them. So this is the kind of trying to be that wacky thing. Like, you know, there's Infected, and there's this new thing. Kind of reminded me of The Last of Us Season 2, where we had this thing, you know, like the wolves, this and the that. So I don't know. I liked it. I'm interested. And here's the thing, though. I really liked the way it felt like closure to a film. Like, here's this part 1. Let's show you part 2 in January. If part 2 sucks, The Bone Temple sucks, not that it won't change my opinion on this film, but then it'll lead me to say that I'm not going to see the third one, or I think this franchise is dead. I'm not saying about this one. I think this one rocked. I loved it. I'll watch it again. So I'll give you my review in a bit, in just a second. But with that point in mind, I think that this film rocks. I recommend it. I think that you should go see it in theaters, and I think that, and I will watch it again down the line. But if it's not one for you, like if you're not into horror, don't go see it. If you're one like, I don't want to spend my money for it, I'll just wait for streaming. Definitely watch it on streaming when it comes out. But I loved it a lot, and like I am interested in seeing the next one in January if that does end up being the release date. I'm shocked that it's like that fast of a turnaround. I think they shot them pretty closely together and don't have the third one yet. Because the next one is directed by Nia DaCosta, who did Candyman and The Marvels. Think whatever you want about The Marvels, but I'm interested to see the next one. So Ralph Fiennes coming back, and the kid obviously has to come back, and this new Cobra Kai group, whatever they're called, the Cobra Kai Death Group, that's what I'm calling them. The Guavian, they're the Cobra Kai Guavian Death Gang. That's what I'm calling them. That's perfect name. But if you know, you know. Cobra Kai, Guavian Death Gang, you know, Star Wars and Cobra Kai meshed together, the martial arts Guavian Death Gang. That's what I'm calling them. Anyway, so I'm excited for the next one. If the next one sucks, then I won't end up seeing the third one, and I'll say the franchise is dead. But I've loved 28 Days Later. I love 28 Years. I love 28 Weeks Later. I love this one. You know, I will say a point that I think some people should hear, and I haven't heard explicitly, but I was hoping that this was going to be like a trilogy, like finish one trilogy and set up another one. It didn't really, like, you know, the first two, like, you know, what's his name? Cillian Murphy wasn't really in the second one. I at least don't think he was. I don't know. It's been a while. I don't think he was in the second one. It was a new cast. But those two movies felt different and kind of coincided. But this one was setting up a lot of stuff, you know, for its own trilogy, like the Bone Temple and all this sort of stuff. But I wish it kind of like finished a sequence, kind of like Planet of the Apes, right? Like they've kind of all been connected. Like here's the development of the apes. I mean, we've had development of the infecteds, but regardless, I definitely like this one. It is an 8 out of 10 for that weird ending. I don't know. And Cillian Murphy, I guess, just a couple things like knocked it down. The acting and whatever, the cinematography was phenomenal. I'm looking forward to the next one. I don't know how it'll step up, only because it's a different director. Not saying that that's a bad thing. Just saying I love Alex Garland and Danny Boyle, like, you know, directing and writing this film. It was amazing. You know, if you have not seen the Alex Garland film Civil War that came out a couple years back, or it might have even been last year, be sure to go watch that movie Civil War, directed by Alex Garland, and check out my review on that film. But besides that, that is my review, spoiler review, if you will, of 28 Days Later. 28 days? What did I just say? 28 years later. So I'm already forgetting things. I'm like the mom in this movie. I'm getting cancer. No, I'm not getting cancer. I ignore that. Don't forget to leave a like on this video if you did enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, be part of the family. And as always, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow me where you can on social media. And as always, don't forget to stay tuned because I've got this is this week, at the end of this week, and then next week I got F1 vlog and review, and I got Ironheart coming soon. Just finishing that up. That's already out. 2 weeks of that Ironheart review. Big things coming out. And then I got Megan 2.0. and shoot, what's the other? Jurassic World. Lots of things. Subscribe. My voice is gone. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow me. Don't forget to keep calm, watch screen. Peace out, everyone. Bye.